Hi, my name is Becky. Welcome to the Beauty of Symmetry in Chinese calligraphy. In this lesson, we are going to have challenge 2 and we are going to have these 3 interesting characters. What do you think of these 3 characters? They are quite interesting, right? Especially the second one and the third one. They are quite obvious from the pictures. Okay, now you can guess what's the meaning of these 3 characters. Okay, let's look at them one by one. The first one is like this. And in modern simplified character, it's this one. And it pronounced as jiāo. Jiāo means cross. Why jiāo means cross? What do you think of this one look like? It's from the picture of a person cross his or her 2 legs like this, like cross the 2 legs. Okay, so that is cross. Okay, now let's look at the 4 characteristics in Chinese calligraphy. The first one is symmetry. So this one is the middle point, and the left part is nearly the same as the right part. Okay, the second one is average space. When we mention the average space in this character, we pay more attention to the length of this part, and this part. And also, the space in the left and the right are nearly the same. Okay, now number 3, thick lines. When we mention thick lines, it means stronger and we use more part of our brush. Okay, number 4, drifting long lines. So these 2 legs are quite long, right? But in this calligraphy style, we try to make it as drifting, as soft. Okay, now in this part, as ever, I will show you how to write this character with a marker. So this is the middle point, right? So I draw some kind of a square. Okay, now the middle one. So we write this one first, and then from the middle one. Okay, this looks like simple, but it's not easy. You can see this one, it's nearly at the same level as this line, right? So if we draw a line from the middle, the 2 sides are nearly the same. So I will write like this. Here, you can stop here and start a new stroke. And if you can control your brush, you can also write as one long stroke. So here. And then pay attention. We need to cross it at this point. So here, down, cross at this point, and then down. Okay, this is the order of writing this character. Of course, you can write the right part first and then the left. It doesn't matter. Okay, now I will show you how to write this character, jiāo, with a brush. Okay, now let's look at the second character, this character. What do you think of this character? It's this one. 鱼, 鱼 means fish. Yes, it looks like a fish, right? And this is the 小篆 style character. Let's look at the first generation of this character. It's from the picture of a fish. Frankly speaking, I think this one is easier for us to remember the meaning, right? But in the long history of Chinese writing system, we already simplified for several times. So this one, 小篆, is from 2,000 years ago. And then we come to the traditional character like this. So with 4 dots at the bottom. By the way, in Chinese writing system, 4 dots at the bottom symbolize for fire. So many characters with the 4 dots at the bottom are about like a boil or cook or something. It's about fire bottom. And then we come to the modern simplified character. So we simplify the 4 dots into 1 line. So this is what we use in modern medias and Chinese books. Okay, now let's look at the 4 characteristics. The first one is symmetry. For symmetry, we pay attention. This point is the middle of this line. So the first line, first stroke is very important for writing one character. So when we're writing the first one, we pay attention. The middle point should be here. And then when we come here, we can make the middle one. Okay, the average space. This average space is quite obvious. We can see the left part and the right part are nearly the same. The lines are nearly the same, so the spaces are also nearly the same. Okay, number 3 is thick lines. I always mention thick lines. So for thick lines, we use more part of our brush, a longer part of the brush tip. Okay, number 4, the long drifting lines. Okay, 2 long drifting lines. Okay, now we come to the order part. I always show you how to write this character with a marker because first we know the order, then it will be easier for us to manage the brush and the structure of the character. So like this, just now I mentioned this point should be the middle one, right? So we find the middle one, then we cross here, and then we come down, and then we come here to the middle point, and then here. And the start point of this line is nearly the same as this line, right? Slightly right, and it's here. So this is the middle part. First we write the middle part, and then it will be easier for us to manage the rest of the character. And then here, so pay attention, the space are like this. And then in order to write this character symmetrical, we write the same strokes on the left and the right. Then it will be easier for us to control. Of course, if you can control the structure well, you can write whatever in your way. But I mean, this way it will be easier for us to manage the structure. So we can see this one is slightly lower than this one. And then here, this one, the bottom, is lower than this one. If we draw a line, it's like this, the bottom. And then the middle 2 lines are the strongest. Okay, so this is the order of writing this character, fish. Now I will write with a brush and show you. Okay, now let's look at the third character. What do you think of this character? It's niǎo. Niǎo means bird. It's from the bird picture. So now let's look at the history. This is jiāo style character. And then the first generation was from a bird. Yeah, the first generation is much easier, right? And then we change from a picture to what we think is a character. Then we come to this one. This is traditional characters. And then go to simplified characters. The same as yu, fish. We also simplify this part, the 4 dot, into a line. And we also change the middle line into a dot. So we simplify 2 parts, not only 2 parts, and this line. Okay, so this is the final version which we are using now in China, which is the simplified character. Okay, now we only have 3 characteristics. Why? Because you can see this character is not quite symmetrical. So I don't write as symmetry. But in order to write it, you can try to find a middle point, which is easy for you to control the structure. Okay, the first one is average space. So when writing this character, we pay more attention to these white spaces. So you can see this space, this space, this space, and this space, this space. The spaces between each 2 lines are nearly the same. Okay, number 2 is thick lines. I always mention thick lines. Thick lines make it more stronger. Okay, so then drifting long lines. Okay, the same as ever, I will draw a square here to show you clearly. Though this character is not symmetrical, we try to find the middle point, and which is easier for us to manage the structure. So first, I will write this one. Then I write this one. And here, which is slightly higher than the first starting point. And you can stop here and try to start a new stroke. But if you can control your brush and manage it, you can also do it at one time. It doesn't matter. Okay, so you can see this one is higher than this point, right? And then you follow it. And then follow it. And here. And here. I can't control this marker very well on the screen, but later I will show you how to write this character with a brush. So pay more attention on how do I use the brush on the paper. Okay, now I will show you. Do you know how to write those three characters, jiāo, niǎo, with a Chinese calligraphy brush? This is Becky's Chinese calligraphy lesson, The Beauty of Symmetry in Chinese Calligraphy. You are welcome to share my course to your friends and family. And in next lesson, we are going to learn these three interesting characters. Okay, see you in next lesson.